One thing that's so exciting about having Olivia join us here on Healing Quest is how much you really appreciate natural approaches to wellness.
Yes, I do. Therapies like homeopathy, acupuncture, massage, meditation, and yoga have been a big part of my life for a really long time.
So let's take a couple of minutes now to let our viewers get to know something about that side of Olivia Newton-John.
Came when I was happy in your sunshine.
For more than 3 decades, Olivia's been delighting audiences around the world. She's had numerous top 10 singles and won most of the music industry's awards. She's also been deeply involved in a variety of humanitarian, environmental, and wellness efforts. A key focus of those efforts is women's health issues, resulting in part from a major challenge that she herself confronted.
Well, that was in 1992, and I had breast cancer, which is, always a shock for anyone when you discover it. I never, however, said, why me? Because I thought, why not me? So many people go through that, and I never had that feeling, or, I wasn't victimized by it in any way. But I did feel that this was going to be some kind of life lesson. I wanted to do everything cleanly, and I didn't want to go through chemo, but I decided that, it was a wise thing to think about. So I decided I would do it, but I did everything else as well. So I kind of balanced East and West together. I did homeopathy to help my body. Of course, I took vitamins. I meditated. I had massage and healing treatments after my surgery. I had someone come do acupuncture the day after usually, which really helped me a lot. So all these things kind of helped balance me, and I felt very fortunate that I was able to do all those things, but it taught me a lot about myself, because it made me focus on myself, because I was so busy working and taking care of everybody else. As women, we tend to do that. We're so busy taking care of everyone else, sometimes we neglect the very person that we need to take care of. So one of the things that I needed to confront in my life was fear, the fear of dying. When I read some of my old interviews from way back then, and they ask me things, and I say, oh, I'm scared of getting old. And now I'm going like, I'm delighted to get old. I mean, how lucky am I? All these fear-based things that I held on to that, it's taken time. It didn't happen overnight, but I've learned to confront them and deal with them and figure out where they came from too. Mm-hmm. And it's been I consider what I went through as a gift. Gaia was actually written right after I had breast cancer in 1992, and it was the first album that I totally wrote myself and co-produced in Australia. And it wasn't intentional. I thought I was retiring at the time. I thought, I'm not going to I've had breast cancer, now I'm going to take some years off, I'm just going to stay at home. And then I went to Australia after I finished all my treatment, because I have a farm out there that I love dearly. And I kept waking up at 3, 4 in the morning with these songs in my head. Really, I had to get up. And I would go into my living room. It was winter, I remember it was really cold, and I'd light the fire, this little stove I had, and I had a tape recorder, and I would put these songs down, and this went on for about 3 weeks, and I'd just literally wake up, and I couldn't go back to sleep. But I really felt the voice of Mother Earth. I felt the voice of Gaia really strongly coming through me. And my feeling is that as women, we are getting ill because the planet is getting sick. We are kind of part of her, so it's kind of manifesting in both sides. We are her, she is us, and we can't deny the fact that the planet is ill, and therefore we're ill. It's like all connected, and I think it's only now that people are seeing that, yes, as human beings we're affected. We've been looking at the animals and the trees, but it's us, it's like it's down to us. We've got to do something or we'll be gone. So I think that's what I felt when I wrote that album, and it was very personal. The whole album was a really personal journey. In a way, it was really healthy because I literally got it off my chest. And as I've learned, I believe that illness is also related to your emotional state of mind, and sometimes where the illness shows is in those areas. And I would always keep everything very close to my chest. So I was kind of pushed into releasing that information, and it turned out to be really a healthy thing. Because I think making a clean breast of things was one of the things I needed to do. It was a very difficult experience, but looking back, a very important one, and very important for my growth. And I got through it because I've always had a very positive spirit. I've always tended to see the sunny side of things and seen the good side of people, and which has got me through life and has been really important.
I believe in miracles. I believe in dreams. Through the pain I've come to know how far the heart can from sorrow's place. We shine with such amazing grace, stronger than before.
More than a decade later, that positive spirit was sorely tested for Olivia when she had a major personal tragedy involving someone who'd been a big part of her life for 8 years.
And it was a big shock. One of the hardest things I've ever gone through in my life. This little voice told me, yes, you can keep going, and thank goodness for that little voice. And out of that came the album Grace and Gratitude, which is really a healing CD that I originally did for myself, but I think has helped a lot of people. It goes through the chakras of the body, the different energy points that affect your emotional body, and we wrote a song for each one. You know, Amy Sky is a wonderful singer-songwriter from Canada, and we're old friends. And we reunited for a breast cancer CD that I did. We wrote a song together.
Olivia continues to blend her musical career with activism on environmental and women's health issues. In her hometown of Melbourne, Australia, she's already raised millions of dollars for the Wellness Center at the Olivia Newton-John Cancer Center for the Austin Medical Complex. And also in Australia, she's opened the Gaia Retreat and Spa, dedicated to renewing and restoring body, mind, and soul. It's her dedication to those interests that opened the door to her joining us here on Healing Quest.
Judy, the other thing that's so exciting for me about joining you and Roy here on Healing Quest is the fact that we're on PBS. Because for me, PBS is one of the last bastions of television with integrity, and so they couldn't be a better fit for Healing Quest.
I couldn't agree with you more. We have the best viewers in the world, and we love helping them find new ways to stay healthy in mind, body, and spirit.
So stay tuned. Up next, we're going to show you how to do great things for your health and for the health of the planet.